I am now more convinced than ever that the male brain is serialized, whereas the female brain is episodic. Really quick to catch you up on this theory that I have. Look at it like TV shows. The female brain would be The Simpsons, whereas the male brain would be The Sopranos. The Simpsons resets every single episode, whereas The Sopranos, what takes place in one episode carries over into the next. So back in season 2016, a certain someone was caught giving questions to Hillary Clinton's campaign. And since then, they've been paraded on TV as if they have any kind of credibility, which is a byproduct of the gynocentric media that we have today. So they can throw Donna Brazile on Fox News like, yeah, sure, she's a credible person to talk about damn near anything. But with that being said, we are going to listen in on what she has to say. And you know I'm going to be chipping in, and primarily because I don't have much for the RNC, right? They're not going to be bringing out Billy Porter singing For What It's Worth. So, there's not going to be much comedic value to be had out of what takes place at the RNC. But I think, there's a lot to be chopped up in this little clip coming to us from the establishment owned, no longer Rupert Murdoch owned, but the establishment owned Fox News. So with that being said, Miss Brazile, you may have your moment.
A scratch record. Well, it sounds like I will never be an American in your world because after.
See, it didn't take very long. I will never be an American in your world, sweetheart. You're an American. You've got the paperwork, right? You're an American. Congratulations. Why do you need to be an American in his world, first and foremost? And secondly, this woman reminds me of every single, urban female politician that I've come across during my time in the space. From Libby Jones, Sandra Jones, Maxine Waters, all of them, the one that wears the hats, the really weird hats, they all have this, this chip on their shoulder, yet, and have these positions of, of power, of relative power, depending on what post they're at. Yet, we so disrespected and we treated so terribly in the United States. Oh, Lord.
400 years. My family cannot.
Of course you are. That is not what anyone's
walk out this house without.
400 years, huh? Really? 400 years. And here you are on TV, continuing to be paid to be an analyst, despite the fact that you have zero credibility. My goodness, how terrible has this nation been to you?
Violence.
No one is saying that.
Tammy, listen,
Donna,
yes,
nobody
you are,
was saying
because
that. You can enjoy last night. Last night was your message
what
as
are you
well.
saying to me?
Last night was your. What was it about last night
Tammy,
you didn't like?
You need
Donna?
to listen as well.
Deal is that they're just there to be talking heads and argue back and forth, and they're trying to explain to Donna Brazile no, you're an American, so we should speak to you as American. But Donna Brazile's 400 years, oh my goodness, they's done treated us so bad, man. I'm good. I'm really good on this. The fact that, and this is disappointing coming out of Fox News, because back in the day, Fox News was more on the blue team, but they're an establishment team without question, man. Yo, go check out OAN.
You want to know what Tammy's saying to you? So let Tammy answer.
I listen to you, and what you do is you ignore the pains of people who are hurt.
What was it about?
See, and that's that whole emotional thing that she's trying to do, that Oprah that Oprah does, that all of them really we have to talk to your heart. We're trying to tug at your strings and basically make you bow to, all the 400 years of oppression and everything else, despite the fact that I was in such a prominent position that I was giving the presidential candidate answers or questions before a debate. Come on, yo. Seriously. how do they do this with a straight face, man? Seriously.
The pains of people who did not feel you could relate to.
Tammy, hold on one second. Tammy, hold on one second. Donna, okay. Tammy, so Donna, your point is you're ignoring 400 years. So let Tammy answer you.
Don't be so condescending and patronizing.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of projection. Oh, my goodness. Are you guys okay? Are you blinded by that projection? Are you seeing the screen on your shirt? That is so much projection. Yikes. Come on, lady. For real. But yeah, hey, this is what they feel sells. This is what they're trying to get across to their audience.
Tell me. Tell me.
I want to know what you didn't like about last night.
Tell me the story.
Donna, let her answer you. Let her answer you. She just described.
She just.
Can you not shut up? Like like that's the thing. They save yourself, black man. Because this is that energy that we all know. It's a frustrating energy because she's just sitting there hopped up on emotions, screaming about how, you refuse to let me tell my story, sweetheart. Honestly, shut up. We all know your story. And guess what? It's due to be questioned because you've already been caught in lies. You've already gone out of your way to deceive the public. So it should be embarrassing for Fox News to even have this woman on.
Donna, let her answer.
Patronizing.
Let her answer.
She doesn't want an answer.
When you
she
say
doesn't.
That. No.
She's right. She's 100% correct. She's just here to run her mouth, and basically hold water for the blue team at this point.
Tammy,
Donna, hold on. Tammy, answer. Did you ignore 400 years?
What she gotta do? Okay, you know what? This is a little irritating. What does that 400 years have to do with anything? Actually, you guys are supposed to be talking about, what was the messages at the DNC, right? Because it's right there. Contrasting campaign messages at DNC versus RNC. RNC, they're like, hey, America's great, man. We're gonna be awesome. The DNC's been, America sucks, dude. Like, for real. We gotta completely destroy the system. Screw capitalism, man. For real, bro. And so it's like, you really don't have a leg to stand on. Like, yeah, you're trying to hold water, but there's damn near nothing in the bucket.
I think that none of us are.
I asked Tammy, Donna.
She ignored the reality of what is happening. She's ignoring it.
Oh my Christ! What reality though? Because everybody is seeing the world so differently, and that's why I started out with the episodic versus serialized viewpoint between the male and the female, the masculine versus the feminine, because whereas, like I say, there's a balance that needs to be struck that is very delicate in how we, just generally speaking, approach the world and how we operate with each other. But when you have the feminine as wrapped up in its emotion and going like a bull in a china shop, which is what Miss Brazil's doing here, it's impossible. It's impossible to deal with that. Honestly, I would have cut mics, but my man right here, I don't know who the dude in the center is, but he's just like, well, ma'am, did you ignore the past 400 years? Like, who cares? What the hell that gotta do with the price in tea in China? And if this is about I was about to say konnichiwa, the Kenosha situation, then real talk, why is Miss Brazil not the one sitting there admitting, this man put himself, there's no accountability, and this man put himself in a compromising position, right? Like, these folks, man, for real.
I don't see it.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I see it every day. I see the violence.
Donna, you gotta let her finish.
Bull and shit, okay? I see it every day. I'll be in the hood, bruh. You don't even know. I'll be rocking out in the streets of Baltimore. I don't be seeing Kim Kalicki out there. Nah, bro, we out in these streets. We getting it. We moving weight. We moving all that dope, coke, heroin, all of it, son. Like. Oh, this woman lives one of the most privileged lives you could probably imagine. And she's sitting here like, yeah, I'm in the streets, man. I see it every day. I see it every day, man. That you saw Boys in the Hood? Ricky? I see Ricky every day. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a bad example because Ricky was, that was black on black crime. And, she's going to ignore that.
You gotta let her finish.
Brian, but you got me up this morning to let me listen to this diatribe.
No, you've spoken most of the time.
Who does not live my existence.
Ma'am, she does not live my existence. He's like, ma'am, you've spoken most of the time. It's just this really is just a clown show, and it's a big part of the reason why there's not much at the RNC to cover, because the blue team is just, this is what they're doing. You are in your emotional high horse, your victim pedestal, and damn it, you are just gonna swing wildly. This is what this feels like.
They
do not recognize my existence. You do not recognize my existence.
You're right. You're not acknowledging hers. You're not allowing her to speak at all. You just sit there and just start running your mouth. But it's a really sad state of affairs at Fox News, apparently, because why do you have Donna Brazile has zero credibility. At least as far as I'm concerned. Anybody with the serialized mindset that come on. I remember this very clearly, very vividly. It was not that long ago where she was caught cheating. So hard pass. Fox News, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should be. So guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is it's indicative of the reality on the ground right now, where where you got your Maxine Waters and, a lot of these matriarchal, urbanite black women who have built careers off of the dismissal of, heterosexual straight black men, and in the prison farming system that many of these, communities became, basically just charging on their high horse without any will or any thought towards them having gotten it insanely wrong, because they come from these areas where their behinds are thoroughly kissed. I kid you not, because, vagina. And you, if you're familiar with urban settings by any stretch of the imagination, then my mama, you say no, my mama. And honestly, there's a lot of Oedipus stuff taking place here. So you may disagree though. All right. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments, particularly on the, serialized versus episodic, brain theory that I'm throwing out there. And until the next one.